Merci Cindy, that was very powerful and compelling. Je vais demander maintenant à Keza Ruzima de venir. Elle est élève de 9e année à l'école Mother Teresa High School à Ottawa.
Hi everyone, I'm Keza Ruzima, and as you may know, I'm a writer and I've written 2 books. Thank you Denise for inviting me here. Let me also thank June Gervin, the chair of Every Child is Sacred. I want to thank you for all your hard work and for everything you've been doing for children, because what you're doing is wonderful and I appreciate it. So today I'm here to talk about discrimination. And as you may know, discrimination is real and very damaging to our society, especially when the children are the victims. They may suffer from low self-esteem, lower school grades, school dropouts, and other problems. In Canada, we have seen some efforts made to fight discrimination, such as the recognition of other cultures under the concept of multiculturalism. But it's clear that what is being done is not enough and much more needs to be done. Today, I'm not here to describe the nature of discrimination because we already know that it exists and it's real. It's in our schools, it's in the workplace, it's in the streets, and there's a lot of data about it. The effects of discrimination are everywhere: school dropouts, low school grades, poverty, crime, and the list goes on. So there's no need for me to spend more time describing the issue of discrimination and its effects. I'm here today to share with you my ideas on how to deal with this issue. Now, because discrimination is a very broad issue, I'll focus mainly on the education, on what should be done in our schools. I'll focus on education because I believe that that's where the fight against discrimination must be born, because we, the youth, are the decision makers of tomorrow. Now, how do we solve these problems? What can we do to prevent them? I know that there are things that are being done. There are some efforts by our government, our schools, and other organizations, and we should appreciate their efforts. But the question that needs to be asked is, are these efforts enough? I think the answer is no. I think more needs to be done. And I have a couple ideas. We must forcefully fight stereotypes because they fuel discrimination, and this fight must be done on 2 levels: our education system and the role of the media. First, what we can do in our schools. In my view, there are certain things that we can do to deal with this fight of discrimination, and that effort must start in our classrooms because we, as youth, we are the leaders of tomorrow, and if nothing is done, if nothing changes in our teaching system, you may grow up with stereotypes against one another, then the problems related to discrimination we have today in our society will be there in 20 or 30 years from now on. I think school boards and the Ministry of Education should double their efforts to promote anti-racist cultures, for example, allowing more teaching time for our young students on how discrimination based on race, gender, and religion is wrong. In school, we could have cultural classes learning about different cultures and religions to be included in our school curricula. In our schools, we could also share and show appreciation of positive contributions from minority students and their communities to our schools and society in general. This could have a positive impact on the way minority students are viewed. Schools, parents, and community leaders should also give incentives to the students who are having learning difficulties. For example, rewards for for students who are doing good in school, such as movie tickets for better grades, etc. The difference here is that the money we spend in our schools is money that is well spent. Our students may improve their grades, and we may have less dropouts and maybe less crime. Another thing that should be done in our schools is to make sure that discrimination is not tolerated. The message has to be clear, and it doesn't matter whether the offender is a teacher or a student. Action must be taken. Complaints by students who feel that they are victims of discrimination should be taken seriously by the school officials. Investigations must be conducted and those who are found guilty should be punished. Although myself, I've never experienced discrimination in my school yet, but I've heard Black students in my school complaining about discrimination from some students and teachers. I don't know if their claims are founded or not, but I think these complaints are made, they should be investigated. I think if people, a teacher or a student who have discriminatory sentiments or behavior, know that there are serious consequences to face, like losing their job or going to jail, I think they should think twice before they offend someone. The second thing is the media. What should the media be doing? The media should do more to fight negative stereotypes by promoting positive role models from minority communities. For example, it would be nice and helpful to see something like in the news or documentaries on CBC or CTV and other media networks about good things that are happening in the Black communities, in local mosques, and so on, instead of just focusing on criminal incidents which mostly full negative stereotypes against minority communities. I'm sure that there are so many good stories out there, but we rarely hear them in the media. They are not told. Why? I am not sure. Maybe the panelists here, leaders, community leaders should answer this question. But for sure, these stories need to be told if you want to have a fair and equal society. They should be in forefront of the news coming from our communities, not the other way around, where Blacks are mostly associated with crime, or Muslims are associated with terrorism. I will finish by thanking all the people out there who are fighting in many ways against discrimination. I'm sure you are doing this because you believe in a society that is fair and equal for everyone, regardless of our backgrounds. I share this value with you, and I am your partner in this fight. Thank you.
Merci Keza pour ces recommandations. Moi, je demande maintenant à Pamela Hurley de venir parler. Elle est directrice de Child Witness Project.